strategist with us at Sky Race Control.
Well, we'll soon find out how easy it is for us to read up here properly. But,
Hello, people. Welcome to the penultimate F1 long of the season and to the Qatar Grand Prix today. As the Sail International Circuit celebrates 20 years of racing, F1 could have a constructors' title decider here in Qatar as McLaren look to seal it out against Ferrari. As if McLaren outscore Ferrari by 15 points today, McLaren win the constructors' championship. But if Ferrari don't get outscored by 15 points by McLaren, then Ferrari is still in the championship fight. I mean, obviously everyone knows that. But George Russell is on pole position after Max Verstappen got a one-place grid penalty after yesterday when he impeded Russell in qualifying. So can Verstappen win this race? I mean, he'll be motivated to after that. Or can Russell get two in a row here in Qatar? We'll find out in an hour and 30 minutes time, or maybe more, maybe less.
McLaren win tonight, a 14-point outscore over Ferrari will do them for the Constructors' Championship.
if Ferrari don't win next week in Abu Dhabi.
Right.
Yeah, if Ferrari win both Grand Prix, and if it's better both McLaren, they do it. Sold out weekend attendance in Qatar. So, can McLaren still constructors title today, or can Ferrari stay in contention until the final round of the season at the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi? I've got something planned for the Yas Marina, and something to do with obviously Lewis Hamilton, but I don't want to give it away what it is. But I mean, I think most of you guys will know what it is.
George Russell was there, but they're taking their time getting towards the grid as we look from the rear.
Yeah, just get the race going, will ya? Don't want to wait too long.
You can do so in the race tonight. You need the Sky Sports app, Sky Sports login, Sky Q, Sky Glass, Sky Stream, and now customers, you can use the interactive button on your remote control.
Yeah. Who will reign in Qatar, the third Qatar Grand Prix? Well, we see 3 out of 3 different winners here in the sale. All Verstappen win for the second time around the circuit.
Yeah, all these mechanics. I hope
McLaren pick for a relay for whenever the drivers get one from wing damage. But obviously they're not coming out yet because obviously they want to keep on what's going on. I mean, to be fair, every pit crew does, and they come out as a pit stop. Waiting for Ocon to go in a good position and then we're ready.
Last year when we were in Qatar, the track temperature only 23 degrees. And it's one of the reasons why the lap times have been so fast so far this weekend.
Yeah, they obviously hold it at a different time of year, but here we go. Let's go. Constructors title on the line.
But so does Max Verstappen, and he is coming at him. Max Verstappen in second place.
Verstappen takes the lead. Norris on the inside. Norris takes the lead. Verstappen takes it. There's a crash at the back, it looks like. Verstappen has got the lead. Verstappen in the lead, Norris second. And there's another crash.
Right, there was 3 cars going wide.
Yeah, 3 cars. Colapinto's off.
And Franco Colapinto has gone off.
I think Magnussen's off too. Piastri and Sainz doing battle.
Esteban Ocon down there with him.
Ocon's also involved.
We might be about to have a safety car here. Race control, we've got about another 2 miles.
Looks like, yeah, safety car.
About another 2 miles now, we've got the safety car. Nico Hulkenberg is right down there as well.
Hulkenberg's out, looks like.
He is still going, Hulkenberg. He's
still going, yeah.
Around turn 6.
But yeah, Colapinto and
together between
Ocon
and Esteban Ocon. Crash number 16 for Williams this season. Colapinto, after 3 crashes in 2 weekends, Mexico and Vegas, or Brazil and Vegas, I should say, is now out here in Qatar.
That's 2 cars out already, and Hulkenberg, so he's got damage too. Yeah, puncher.
His left rear has come off the rim.
Yeah, hopefully for him,
look,
just a rear puncher.
But look, it's a safety car for Hulkenberg as well, so he can take it slow and get it back.
From contact.
So Hulkenberg was down in 18th anyway.
Yeah.
He hasn't lost places, and I think Ocon went into the side of Franco Colapinto.
Yeah, that's what I think he looked up, but we didn't see it, so we don't know.
Will lead them around, and that 100% safety car record here continues.
Yeah.
Mylander taking the drivers around, and look how they have to weave down the straight, Jensen, to keep any temperature in those tyres.
Yeah, it's like 18 degrees air temperature in Qatar compared to last year. It was like above 30 in Qatar. So it's a big temperature difference.
Just going back to that start, that was an amazing.
I mean, it was obviously for safety reasons as well. After what we saw last year with the temperature in Qatar.
Well, it was a better getaway from George Russell. Second phase. Here comes
there goes Maxicard on the second phase.
The straight line speed. He's got a little bit more, and obviously always being on the inside. He's ran him a little bit wide.
Yeah, but Norris tried it on the inside.
I thought Lando was going to hold it around the outside here, but he backs off. We saw the fight with Lewis Hamilton. Charles went around the outside of it to turn 2. I thought he could have gone for that then.
Yeah. Fernando Alonso gets a really
good Alonso got a good start as well.
Sergio Perez gets a really good getaway.
And Perez got a good getaway as well. I mean, Red Bull are still technically in the Constructors' fight, I think. Oh, there's the crash.
Nico Hulkenberg into Ocon, into Colapinto.
That's what happened. Hulkenberg into Ocon, into Colapinto. Let's watch on board from Ocon's Alpine. And this could cost Alpine's sixth in the Constructors' Championship because Haas are ahead of them at a minute. Let's have a look here. Oh, Hulkenberg spun. And then Ocon got collected, and then Colapinto couldn't do anything. Disastrous for Williams. They've lost like nearly 20 million, I think, over the course of the season. That makes it even worse, and that's from Hulkenberg's POV. Yeah, I think that could be why Hulkenberg spun. And then it's Alex Albon. Oh, we got spun from behind. Oh, bad window like Lance Stroll. Of course it is. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll needs to get fired, honestly. How is he still in F1? I do not know. Like any other team, he would have been gone by now. He probably would have been back in Formula 2.
Cut in on Stroll, and did Stroll move into Alex Albon?
Yeah, I think Stroll had understeer there. It's so difficult with the tyres. I think
they call it his understeer, but look, I think Lance Stroll. Yeah, to be fair, he kind of did, but still, he should just back out of that. Team ready for Joe? Yeah, exactly, Joe.
Yeah, I think it could have gone a bit wider, yes. He could have run onto the curve a bit more, but it's always so difficult to know where the car is on the inside.
So, safety car's still out.
So, safety car still taking everyone around. I wonder if we might get a restart at the end of this lap.
Maybe.
Because the debris.
So, as it stands, Red Bull are not in the fight anymore. I mean, they still are, but if McLaren outscore them, meaning if obviously Red Bull don't outscore McLaren by God knows how many points, then it's over for
Kind of things from down here.
Red Bull.
Stroll did have to pit to change those tyres after that problem with Albon. Hulkenberg's car's borne out quite well, actually, despite him seemingly being at fault for that turn 1.
So they don't concede 9 points to Red Bull, they've done it.
And there's some thoughts on Hamilton's start.
I mean, obviously they've already scored way more points than this weekend with the sprint. As it stands, Red Bull won't be fighting anymore, carried it down in 7th compared to Verstappen winning. And McLaren's in the middle of 2nd and 5th.
It looked like he went a tiny bit early and then he reacted. He backed off.
Looks like we're not going to restart this lap, so next lap it'll have to be.
No, but obviously, if you jump start. But it looks like he reacted to that, like, oh, I've gone a tiny bit early. And then he lost a lot of ground to Checo and Fernando.
Yeah.
That's what it could have been for Hamilton.
I think if you go, but don't go beyond that line, then you're okay. It's just whether you've gone beyond that line or not. Either way, that has cost Lewis Hamilton. He's down to 9th.
Yeah, Hamilton down to 9th.
Started 8th. Sergio Perez started 9th. He's now 7th. Carlos Sainz started 7th. He's now 6th.
Yeah, safety car's staying out.
Has dropped down from 4th.
The debris should be clean now. We should be getting this going again.
Into 4th place. George Russell was pole and is now 3rd. Lando Norris was 3rd and is now 2nd. And Max Verstappen is exactly where he thought he would be after he had the.
Hulkenberg, Colapinto, and Ocon noted by the stewards.
So yeah, it's a tough one for George, losing 2 positions off the start.
Yeah, Russell is in 2 places, not the first lap. A bit like Norris in Spain. But this time it's all the Mercedes. And Evol's nearly reversed with Lando nearly taking the lead.
They've got to go through that all again. Obviously, they're single file, but still, it's going to be tricky breaking turn 1.
So at least one more lap behind the
Yeah, if they do one more, then after this, this is a joke.
Louis Marquez, the race director of the second Grand Prix.
Also keeping on that big game at the Premier League between Liverpool and Manchester City.
And also been noted, but it wasn't their fault. Was it Hulkenberg's fault?
Could have been, but to be fair, Hulkenberg was on the hard, so realistically they should have given penalty to the hard compound tyres, really. That's what I think.
Because he locked the inside front, and then it was really late into the
On board with Charles Leclerc.
Or lost the rear, so quite unusual.
I'll say now, Leclerc, I think Leclerc's been one of the best drivers this season. I think the roles this season for the best drivers, I think Verstappen, Leclerc, and then between Russell, Norris, or Hamilton.
Yeah, good move. Lando's in front here on the braking, but maybe
No, Verstappen's got the best driver this year because him winning in a car wasn't the best after the first 5 races is just unreal.
You got to go by your experience, I guess.
But to be fair, the first 5 races is what Verstappen needed. He needed to get all those points. Obviously, he won like 7 out of the first 10, so basically getting all those wins basically did it for him.
So far, so this is the bit where it all slows down and Bernd Maylander scuttles back off towards the pit lane. Max Verstappen.
So, can Norris get Verstappen at a restart, or can Verstappen hold off by McLaren?
To get going if you're leading a safety car restart here.
Well, you want them to be affected by your downforce, really, in the last corner.
Yeah.
He's going really slow. He's weaving, so I'm thinking halfway through a weave, he's going to put his foot down. That's the way you try and do it. You try and trick the guy behind you, thinking, I'm going slow, I'm weaving, with my tyres up.
Now, obviously, you can't overtake
Here we go.
before the line. The line comes at you pretty quickly and down the straight. Verstappen's gone here. Lando Norris has stuck to it quite well. Carlos Sainz has stuck to Oscar Piastri.
Let's see what can happen here.
Well. And there's the gap between Verstappen and Norris down the straight. That's long enough for Verstappen to be able to defend that lead. But Norris might be under pressure from George Russell and Piastri. And
Piastri going through with Leclerc. Piastri's through.
Piastri has gone ahead on the Ferrari. Fernando Alonso.
Alonso's been squabbled up by Hamilton and Tsunoda.
On the outside, there goes Yuki Tsunoda in the RB. What's his teammate?
That's Liam Lawson off. And Bottas.
Into the first corner. Second start of this race. And already we've got cars out and potentially out of the race.
No, Lawson's still going.
Their engines running. Gravel on the track there as people have gone wide, and it's Max Verstappen.
Why have they kept a gravel on the circuit for? I don't know.
Now Oscar Piastri up for the 4th, and Charles Leclerc 5th.
Leclerc 5th, Piastri 4th, Russell 5th, 3rd, I mean, not 5th. Norris 2nd and Verstappen 1st.
With Lewis gaining a position on Fernando. Fernando really losing out 2 positions into turn 1.
Yeah, down into 10th place now, Fernando Alonso. No further investigation. Nico Hulkenberg for causing a collision. He's down at 16th.
There's no investigation. That's part of the right decision because Hulkenberg had cold tyres on the hard tyres.
Trying to close the gap on McLaren in the Constructors' Championship.
By this stands, they're losing out.
5th and 6th currently. Oscar Piastri is on the tail of George Russell.
Yeah, Piastri's got some good pace today.
It has a decent speed over the McLaren down the straight. We will find out as now Oscar Piastri getting a slipstream behind George Russell. No
and Norris isn't getting much on Verstappen either.
Really
quite crazy on Norris. In the fastest car, not once for over 2 months. I mean, to be fair, it's part of him being bottle job. I mean, to be fair, Lando, I think, should have won Brazil because he was on pole that day and he, but Verstappen that day was unreal. I feel like if Lando just didn't be a bottle job then, and McLaren didn't pit him, then he would have won Verstappen 2nd and the title race would have probably still been on.
Alongside the Sauber, he's got 3 quarters of a car alongside the Sauber.
So Verstappen's pulled out a DRS now on Norris, and Russell is at a DRS range of Lando.
That snap oversteer that I was talking about, these cold rear tyres.
Let's watch Alonso's on board when Tsunoda and Hamilton overtook him.
Fernando Alonso struggles against Lewis Hamilton.
And then Tsunoda. He's now lost out to Magnussen and Gasly.
He's now been passed by Pierre Gasly as well. So even more worrying for Fernando Alonso, who's dropped down to 12.
And Kevin Magnussen has got passed. There's also 2 more cars past Fernando. I'm wondering if he does have a deployment issue there.
Alonso probably does not have Alonso. And Tsunoda 9th is actually good for RB because they gain points on Alpine and Haas. as it stands. Only 1 point at Hats and 2 on Alpine.
Collision between Lance Stroll and Alex Albon. That has been investigated by the stewards. Oscar Piastri's got DRS behind George Russell.
And cited DRS on with there.
He's about 3 car lengths behind, as you can see.
Perez actually having a decent race, not gonna lie.
Getting quite strong
So far.
out here. Fernando Alonso trying to close in on Pierre Gasly with the aid of DRS, which is worth something like 20 kilometres an hour of extra pace.
Yeah, Verstappen went the fastest lap. 1:26.58, 5:02 from Mexico.
All of that DRS here. It's,
With Pando Powe second, Osama bin Russell third, and Oscar Pastry fourth.
The interesting one for me was Oscar. Very aggressive at the restart. The initial start, he really struggled to get tyre temperature, but he seems to have worked that out because it was a great restart by him after the safety car, and he's right on the back now of George Russell.
Yeah, Piastri is.
So Max Verstappen, 1.5 seconds out in front over Lando Norris, the top two in the Drivers' Championship. And Max has got himself out of the DRS threat. Crucially for Lando Norris, he is out of DRS threat. George Russell, Ted, we go down to you.
Just a quick one. Lance Stroll has dropped to last, and the mechanics at Aston have come out of the pin box. I think they're going to retire him. I believe he feels that there's more damage after that clash with Albon. He's going to be
Yeah, it's his own issue.
third retirement of the race.
Yes, because Ocon and Colapinto literally hit the dust at turn 1.
So still fastest lap for Max. Lando's still second.
Retiree as the cars file past the finish line once
The
more.
Aston Martin team waiting for Stroll and pit lane.
Lance Stroll might be about to retire from this race. He's also been hit with a 10-second time penalty for causing a collision with Alex Albon.
Yeah, he can't like blame Albon for that. It's his own issue.
It's been action-packed, isn't it? A lot of incidents so far.
It certainly has. Bernie Collins.
Retire the
Lance
car.
Stroll being told box to retire the car.
Well, I was trying to listen through the video properly as much as I could, and I think he's actually, the people were trying to encourage him to stay out because he's still under investigation for that penalty, so they want to be able to serve that, and they want to try and learn.
Liverpool against Man City, Cody Gakpo.
Bit of an unusual one there.
Well, they've changed the tyres, they've sent him back out again.
He made
And
7
I would
penalty.
imagine did serve that 10-second time penalty whilst he was in the pits. He rejoins this race. Liam Lawson is the next car ahead of him, just going through turn 7. But a safety car brings him right back into it again.
It does, and for a driver,
Yeah.
That's tough. Because you turn into a test session, really.
Yeah.
And when you don't have that adrenaline, that excitement of racing in the cars, it's really difficult. But it's necessary as well.
It's hard. Now, George
Lap
Russell
9,
is closing
and Max
in
Verstappen still
on
leads the
Lando
fastest lap.
Norris. He's taken about 4/10 out of Lando's advantage, but he still hasn't got DRS.
1:26.280 from Maxi Pad.
2 years with the same problem on the straights.
Aston Martin.
Yeah, Alonso,
again.
not happy.
Top speed down the straights as Fernando Alonso has been noted for
Under investigation.
driving the track in an unsafe manner. There's no risk of rain tonight. It's literally pouring at Aston Martin in terms of whatever could go wrong seems to be going wrong.
Yeah, for them it does. Well, that's why we had that's where more gravel on the circuit. It's Lando.
Yeah.
I don't know why I put gravel there.
But this is Fernando Alonso when he rejoins. And he rejoined right into the path of the Haas and had to bail out now. Kevin Magnussen was the car on the right hand side.
Yeah.
I think he might be in trouble for that. That was pretty close to 60 miles an hour.
False
And
start
this
notice
we
for Hamilton.
mentioned earlier on. Ted, I think you mentioned it. Lewis Hamilton noted for a false start. It's taken a while for that to come through, but that often is a
now.
5-second penalty that follows that sort of notification.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one as well. At the moment, he's stuck behind Checo Perez, so not able to make any threat on the Ferraris.
No, it's just going at Hamilton, but not Hamilton, but stepping into fast corners. Well, I don't know why I said Hamilton because he's down in 8th.
That is tight.
That is tight, definitely.
So that, I guess.
But I think Lewis held his hands up and admitted that he'd been a bit too eager.
He was.
Essentially, they went before the lights went out. That's the key.
You can't have watched to be fair. And they're retiring Stroll now.
It just shows you how a tough weekend.
So what's happened here is Lance Stroll is now retiring that car. They've served the 10-second penalty in order for it not to be served the next time I think he goes racing. with a grid penalty or something like that.
Yeah, that's why they do it. I mean, Red Bull do it pairs in Japan, man, send it back to retire and send him back out.
For whatever was wrong, we'll send 10 down to Aston Martin to find out the reason behind it. Stewards are now looking at Bottas and Lawson. There's so much going on in the stewards room.
There's a lot going on in the stewards room.
What's happening on the track, and what is happening is Max Verstappen has opened up now a 2-second gap over Lando Norris. George Russell is 1.5 seconds further back.
Is Tsunoda.
Is Kevin Magnussen passing Yuki
Tsunoda.
Trying to, goes all the way around the outside, goes off onto the gravel, and then rejoins ahead of Yuki Tsunoda.
They kind of does that.
I love what
The Tsunoda can't push him off.
Aggressive, but what
Aggressive racing.
What a move from Kevin. I did not think that was going to come off.
Well, that is that.
No, it's a fastest lap now.
Alpine and RB and Haas once again scoring a couple of points here tonight with RB.
Yeah, now
scoring
Tsunoda can't speak. Tsunoda's now got Gasly behind him.
We'll just carry on and on throughout this race. And now Pierre Gasly has got the bit between his teeth and the speed too.
Tsunoda defended aggressively against Pierre Gasly.
Inside on Yuki Tsunoda, who saw that coming.
He did.
Yeah, Yuki saw that coming
Not that it really
against the Alpine.
Gasly was very, close enough to pounce, but a little bit of movement you saw there. Hopefully that won't happen again. But,
a bit like Oscar Piastri last night in his battle with George Russell. The stewards let that go.
Yeah.
Do you mind doing?
No, so Pierre Gasly wants to have that looked at.
Yeah, Gasly does. We've seen that before and it hasn't been looked at. Sainz with the fastest first sector in the Ferrari.
Has got a penalty for causing a collision that we saw earlier on. He'd been noted for that collision with Valtteri Bottas. It's still going.
So you're also
teammate Joe Guan Yu, the Sauber was running 13th down 14th. Stroll, Ocon and Colapinto are out.
Is that Lawson penalty or was it
Bottas leads them around. We're on lap 11. Ted, what have you got for us?
So I'm following the lap times at the front.
Yeah, Lawson.
Tyre degradation, like tyre check prompting. And they're all managing to a certain degree. George Russell is managing.
Verstappen's responding to Lando.
Okay, mate.
The last thing Alpine need is another big car out in this race.
Yeah.
So, Gasly's their only hope. But, just
Gasly's Alpine's only hope.
George Russell managing his tyres a little bit. That's allowed Piastri to close right up behind the Mercedes. It looks like Piastri's got better pace. Can't find a way round at the moment. But whether
that's why what it looks like for Oscar Piastri.
Managing his tyres or not, blistering pace and moving away from Lando Norris.
Yeah, Verstappen's got some good
Thanks
pace.
ever so much, Ted. Lap 12 there, 2 seconds. The gap out in front, and the pit window opens round about now.
Yeah, McLaren have to do something if they're going to get Norris ahead of Verstappen.
Because we've had that many laps behind the safety car.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't really know what the hard tyres are going to do yet either. So they want to push these as long as they
Either
can.
pit when he does or
do
an undercut.
Championship. And these points mean so much to these teams. And
Yeah, they do.
For P9, Kevin Magnussen, Tsunoda, and Gasly behind. 3 teams that really want that position in the championship.
Yeah.
5 points Haas have over Alpine.
And 7 between Haas and
7
RB.
points over RB. We keep saying it's a $30 million difference.
Yeah, it could have been a $30 million race for Alpine when, or $50 million when they got the podiums in Brazil, but since then Haas have turned up a bit.
Is taking max points currently.
It's not all his own way though, because Lando just took a 10th out on the last lap, so he's not pulling too much.
It's not all Max's way.
We started to see, didn't we, a few races ago, how the Red Bull might pull away from the McLaren, and the McLaren would come back in the Red Bull towards the end of a stint, round about this length into a stint. So
never seen that before.
What we can see, Verstappen's tyres similar to ours, Russell behind, slightly worse than ours.
There goes Gasly, great move.
Pierre Gasly does get past Yuki Tsunoda. And whilst the incident on the previous lap, between Tsunoda and Magnus has been noted, and whilst Gasly...
good move after Gasly, up in the 10th way, man, it's points.
This time around, the Frenchman has got his man, and I would imagine the stewards will say, fair enough, it's done.
Yeah, that's what I'll probably say. I think they should say that anyway.
Next challenge is Kevin Magnussen.
Joe Guan Yu, as we ride on the straights with him. And into turn 1, you can see his teammate Valtteri
Bottas and Lawson colliding.
Coming together, and that is how Liam Lawson picked up.
And there's Alonso and Magnussen, Tsunoda and Hamilton. And there's behind again.
The off-board view. Not been.
No, of course, Lawson's on board.
Best night in Formula 1 so far for Liam Lawson.
No, he hasn't. And, it's so tricky down there with.
Yeah.
You feel like you've got grip, it just goes away from you so quickly. But yeah,
That's what happened during Qatar. As Norris sets the fastest lap at the race, 1:25.794.
Hamilton is under investigation for a false start. As Lando Norris now sets a new fastest lap of the race, and that gap around about 1.8 seconds behind Perez.
So a false start's now under investigation.
He's got an extra boost down the straight. Probably needs a couple more car lengths at the start of the straight, and to make a difference by the end of it. We can look back to Yuki.
There goes Alonso on Tsunoda.
Alonso behind him.
And Tsunoda defends, but Alonso tries to go round the outside. Round the outside, round the outside. Great move by Alonso.
Back out of that battle ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. Beautiful.
Great move by Fernando Sigma Alonso. Penalty for Hamilton. 5 seconds. I was going to say, if they give me a 10, they'll be too harsh.
Yeah, he might get done there for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. Lewis Hamilton has a 5-second penalty for a false start. We rather thought that was coming when we saw the replay of it. So his job now, try and get past Sergio Perez as soon as he can and open up a bigger gap so that it doesn't cost him a place come the pit stops. No further investigation. Fernando Alonso.
As Lauren Mackey's the RB team principal. No further investigation against Fernando Sigma Alonso.
It's surprising to see how difficult the top 8 are finding it to overtake the DRS. You know, the rest of the field, I mean, it's just the race is amazing. It's really fun to watch, but maybe they're also sort of biding their time, looking after the tyres, and then they'll pounce a little bit.
They're not going as fastest of anyone.
DRS, though, Jens, has been shortened by 170 metres. 170.
Not sure very short. I should have done that.
Quite a big chunk of DRS to take out.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? So well, you'd say at the moment, yes, but then from 10 backwards, no, it seems perfect.
Joe Guanyu fancies doing some overtaking.
And he does. So going up to 12th.
Moves ahead of Yuki Tsunoda.
Once Verstappen's actually not the worst car in the grid.
The driver saying it really is frustrating that the car is coming good in the latter stages of the race, whereas this potential been all year. At the early stages of the season, the car wasn't bad. Their pit stops were absolutely horrendous. Then they solved the pit stops, and the car was absolutely horrendous. And now they're finally doing some racing. Joe's best finish of the year, Sauer's best finish of the year, 11th place in Bahrain, and he's now behind Fernando Alonso. 12th.
If Chick Sauber get points today, that'll be something for them. They probably know now they're going to finish the rest of the season.
A couple of good races could be really good for finding drives elsewhere, or maybe in the future in F1.
There's speculation that Joe Guanyu might go to Ferrari as their reserve driver for next season. Robert Schwartzman, I think, has said he's not going to be with the team. And Joe
it's sad to see Joe Guanyu out of F1, and that race in China may be his only home Grand Prix.
Exactly, Schwartzman's going to be
unless he gets another driver course.
I push you 100%, bro.
I know, man. Hang in there.
Yeah, but RB isn't quick anymore.
Here that Tsunoda is actually looking after his tyres. You can see a little bit of graining actually on the inside of that front left.
Yeah.
As he went through the last corner, and maybe he thinks other people are pushing too much with the team boot.
We shall see. Skyrace control there. So many comments.
Yes, Coffee. You might be thinking, what can Norris do? What's going to happen with Norris and Verstappen? Well, I think he's a little bit too far back to do a box overtake maneuver.
Could be.
But it is
Piastri's still fourth.
However, Piastri is close enough to Russell.
There's no way Sam Verstappen going to that hairpin sector 2. I don't know what corner that is.
Thanks ever so much indeed, Bernie, which has shifted a bit, of course, because of those laps behind the safety car. We're on board now with Oscar Piastri chasing George Russell, McLaren running 2nd and 4th, Ferrari 5th and 6th. This is not enough for the Constructors' Championship to be decided tonight.
No, it isn't.
It's not. It's through turn 14.
So they need to go in a few places to
you can see with the
McLaren.
It's actually able to close through those corners, which is a surprise. And Oscar did.
That's a mirror for Piastri in the last corner. That's Norris says the fastest up at the race.
More effective when you're running close to a car in front, which is unusual.
Though Lando's coming good in this race.
The Mercedes, so he will catch, but then struggle a little bit more on the stretch to overtake.
Still has the DRS because before that off, he was going through the detection point.
Yeah.
He was within 1 second. But as a driver, how frustrating is it when you know your car is better through the corners but slower on the straights?
Yeah, that can be annoying.
it's frustrating, but then you as a team have chosen that direction. You know, there are many benefits of having more downforce on the car because you can look after the tyres more, and you can get close enough to get that DRS.
This is that moment again. You do well to hold on to that, not disappear off into the ground, towards the barriers.
Piastri was lucky they saved that.
Maybe Piastri putting Russell under pressure, or maybe the pace of the Mercedes not helping George Russell to try and close in on Norris and Verstappen. They're starting to pull a bit of a gap.
The 2 leaders starting to pull a gap.
Third and fourth.
Yeah. So pressures are right.
A lot of problems with the tyres, where the curves, the pyramid edges have been rounded off, lowered down to make it a bit easier on
no one's goes quicker than Verstappen if they trade past the studs.
Being very aggressive on curbs. Normally the issues are when you go
125.3 as the track is actually ramping up now.
So the inside edge of the tyre that can get damaged there. So I guess he's being very aggressive on it.
Yeah.
And that aggression.
And we saw, obviously, in the first few years of Qatar, we saw punches, and last year we had to advertise a max 17 laps.
In front as we ride on board down the straight here with Pierre Gasly. Kevin Magnussen, the car in front of him. Gasly currently into the points. Concertina effect through turn 1 as the gap closes down.
Yeah, the concertina effect.
2 seconds, does it? Looks more like about half a second there.
Yeah, 0.32 of a second.
Yeah, maybe.
But this is a really important challenge on the Haas of Kevin. I'm also surprised. I didn't think they had this pace Alpine in the race, but he's looking very strong.
You haven't checked Oliver Oaks recently. He's been telling us all about the pace of that car, and it certainly has improved. Certainly with Pierre Gasly in the last few races, his teammate.
Yeah, but Alpine's improved pace lately.
In this race, he has 1 race to go in Alpine until he's replaced by Jack Doohan for next season at the Enstone team. And Esteban Ocon goes off to replace Kevin Magnussen at Haas alongside Ollie Behrman.
Yeah, Ocon and Behrman and Haas. I don't know how that'll go. As Verstappen said to fastest lap, as we're near the 124s, we only get into the 124s this race, I can tell you. Maybe 123s if someone pits late on for a fastest lap.
Ahead of Norris in second place.
How slow we compared to the others?
So front runners at mid 25s.
Mid 25. It's a second.
Well, it's a second and a half compared to Max Verstappen. Sadly for Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, he is.
Gazzy looking at
Checo, you don't really know how much.
Magnussen, but Magnussen's still ahead for now.
I think that the actual pace is okay, but when you lose that much downforce, then the car in front is
Let's head down to you.
And when, Jensen, you lose all that downforce behind
I love
the car
that.
in front, isn't it better to get some clear air? And that's the question that the strategists are asking themselves on the pit wall. I can see lots of discussions on the McLaren pit wall. Had there not been any safety cars, now, Crofty, lap 19 was the opening of the pit window.
Yeah, it would have been if it wasn't for a safety car.
Hard tyre on and get to the end, of course, with the safety cars. That's
I feel 1 stop's a bit boring in Formula 1. I think we need to bring back the 2 and 3 stops.
Tonight. Maybe Oscar Piastri.
That's what I think F1 should do. Bring back at least 2 stops.
A second and a half behind the Mercedes, but just wondering if McLaren might be thinking of trying an undercut to get Piastri.
I feel like for F1 we need a mandatory 2-stop race every race, and that could create some havoc, or mandatory 2 to 3 stops. Even if tyres can make a distance,
Well, he's a second and a half.
that'd make it more entertaining,
Lando is a second
in my opinion, of course.
and 8/10 behind Max Verstappen. Jensen,
You would risk punches, but if they make the tyres like 5 laps over, then that'll be fine.
Tyre update so far, tyres as per model.
I got fishing flat out, so
Yeah, no one's Verstappen not pushing flat out though.
He didn't seem as excited about
I
that.
think Bottas could get Tsunoda here though on pit straight start of lap 20 for these drivers.
You're going to go onto the hard tyre. Undercut sounds possible, but how quickly does the hard tyre warm up?
There goes Bottas. That's a great move again.
Yuki Tsunoda and into third.
Drivers making good moves in the turn 1 round the outside.
It's nice and hot, but
Good to see the kickstart was actually doing well.
Working out the pits here.
As for once, not the worst car on the grid.
It's nice and shiny, so you've got to get that off the surface of the tyre, and it's tricky around here, the way the surface is and how low the temperature. But
Yeah, back with Maxi Pan at the front.
New tyres, the temperatures would have dropped quite a bit.
And the trouble is
And Pando Polis in second.
Trying to warm up those hard compound tyres and bang in the lap time you need to make the undercut work. It is not the easiest thing in the world, because it's not like you're doing a lot of straights, you're doing corners.
Lap 21 and Verstappen goes quickest.
Straight away.
I guess the only positive is there's no massively heavy braking zones.
Yeah, that's one of the only benefits around Qatar for these drivers.
Interestingly, Max is
MotoGP is different though.
So going
obviously MotoGP, the fastest around Qatar is like one mid-50s.
He's basically struggling with understeer in the car, and he's in the lead, so he doesn't have dirty air and getting an understeer. So he would struggle if he was behind that.
And he's also just been told to stop managing the tyres. You can stop managing it quite so much, which is probably
so low threat undercut from Lando.
Least exciting message Lando.
I was doing the first 2 sectors. Red Bull is a stronger car.
The undercut zone, a low threat from Lando Norris at the moment.
Unless Red Bull mess up the pit stop and we give Lando a chance.
Disappears as each revolution of the wheels goes by. Bernie Collins, to you.
Yeah, I was just going to come in on that, Coffee. So I think you need to be close to within DRS to make the undercut work because of that warm up that Jensen described in the hard time.
Yeah,
At the moment, if Norris boxed, he would come out behind Hamilton in front of Magnussen. So nice.
There goes Maxi Pad.
Piastri, however, because he's further back on track, would actually come out behind Alonso. So he'd have to go through that Magnussen-Gasly argument. So that's maybe not worth the risk from McLaren's side at this stage.
That's not worth the risk from
McLaren.
McLaren.
The undercut, where you stop before your rival, isn't necessarily the best thing. Is the overcut the best thing? Stay on those tyres for a little bit longer, maybe hang on for a safety car.
As long as we don't see a drop off on the tyres, it's just gradually losing grip. I think that is
I'm on board for Bottas.
It's Valtteri Bottas all by himself.
Yeah, just went off.
Going wide.
Went a bit wide. Didn't go fully off circuit though. Just stuck on the curb. I hate how you do. I do when like in the F1 game you get stuck on the curb.
Looking at the lap times, I'm not seeing a drop off at the moment. Told by the engineers, Andrea Stella actually told me this one, that it was negative deck yesterday for the sprint race, which basically means that even though the tyres were losing performance, the lap times were getting quicker because the fuel was.
That's up for the hybrid system, the ERS.
Are we going to get the same sort of thing in this race?
No, it's flying.
I
was on the previous
fuel around these high speed and mid-speed corners. Interestingly, if you look at the Ferraris, they look like they were dropping away from the McLarens, but Charles has slowly been catching Piastri, and he's only 2
looks like Leclerc. It's catch up on these two.
A couple of tenths up on this particular lap. Piastri getting closer to George Russell again, and that, as we can see,
as we're about to start at 23.
The longer he stays behind
George 23,
Russell,
nearly halfway through this race now. As Norris goes quickest, 1:24.8.
That is then maybe for Charles Leclerc to catch.
He's getting frustrated. You can see.
Yeah, Piastri is. I think McLaren needs to do something. Or Piastri get him out.
Big snipe oversteer on the exit curve. If he didn't have that, he might have been able to challenge George there.
Yeah.
So George Russell lapping in the 125s at the moment. Oscar Piastri on the last lap, the 125.2, 125.5 for Russell, with DRS helping Piastri, of course, as well. What this is doing is stopping Piastri from pitting. He can't get the gap to Fernando Alonso.
Yeah, so it's a as I said, a frustrating position that he's found himself in.
Yeah, it's frustrating for
really
pace straight.
Past George. So he is giving it his all, even if it damages the tyres.
I think George Russell on the radio just hinting that he's struggling a little bit.
Yeah, that's no moment for Piastri.
Second time at that corner, Piastri has got a bit of a wobble on.
Yeah, he actually went off the track, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I think if he had made the move, I'm not sure what that would have been.
His right front tyre might have just hung on to a bit of the white line. I'd like to see a photo of that one, to be honest. I've seen close-up, I've seen a more slam dunk track limits, and he hasn't been flashed up for a track limits violation there.
He looks like he's in the same position as he was last time.
McLaren are actually preparing something.
Could happen to one, or at least a challenge this lap.
Russell's being told to pit.
Russell's coming in, he might not need to pit. because you can see the Mercedes crew then
So
rushing
here
out
comes Osama bin
into
Bossel
the
from
pit lane.
Mercedes.
Verstappen sets a new fastest lap of the race. Russell second. Piastri now third. Leclerc moves into fourth.
So Russell in.
Russell stops. On go the hard compound tyres.
There's a problem.
Sainz, Perez and
On
Hamilton.
the right rear.
Oh, very slow. Go past the finish line. And George Russell trying to
7
get out
seconds.
before Kevin Magnussen. It would have been nice and comfortable had he not have been stationary for 7 seconds. That has cost George Russell.
Yeah.
1 place as Magnussen goes past him. 2 places as Gasly goes past him. Maybe another place
Yeah.
as Alonso goes past him. And that gap to Fernando Alonso and Kevin Magnussen and Pierre Gasly,
It's gone.
the Mercedes thought they had, has all been undone.
How far are we up the front there? So 1.2 to the front. Is the car broken or we're just underbalanced, by the good loose, just underbalanced.
Good
That's
man.
Lewis Hamilton's woes for the car that just doesn't
And
have the
Hamilton.
balance that he needs. George Russell's woes are that stop, that lengthy stop, has cost him 3 places on the track and has given Ferrari a chance to jump him in the pit stops.
Yeah, that hurts when you've been working so hard for your position on the track, and then they struggle to get the tyre off.
Yeah,
they
because
did.
The right rear just wasn't coming off. It needed like 3 stabs. It was like a driver with understeer going through a
could have
big
been.
corner. 1 stab, 2 stab, 3, it'll come. And then they finally had the purchase.
Yeah, Oscar got released. He obviously had DRS.
Yeah, Piastri now is released. And it looks like he's going to be permanently in that position.
He's definitely got the pace in the car and himself. Now he's been released from the race.
Yeah, this race, Oscar Piastri just sent me a little an email to the race director saying that the DRS open it can be lengthened a bit for next year. That's, maybe by another 50 metres, because that's cost me. I could have got past George. And now we're seeing the pace of that car. In the Constructors' Championship, 42 points, the advantage for McLaren over Ferrari currently not enough to win the World Championship tonight.
Not right now, no. Wow,
That's not enough.
Close to, isn't it?
Yeah,
For McLaren at the minute.
45.
Yeah. But obviously,
As Bottas pits for King Sauber.
And now he can't put those tyres to good use. You know, first of all, you had the tyre pullback issue, but now he's stuck.
Yeah, they got their pit stop sorted now.
Slower cars.
It's got the slow getaway 2.4.
A good stop for Valtteri Bottas as he makes his potentially one and only pit stop. Piastri's pace is good enough that it can drag the 2 Ferraris, Sainz and Leclerc and Sainz with him. So rather than pitting straight away, might just benefit Ferrari to stay out there for a couple more laps.
Yeah, it could benefit the
We
Scuderia.
don't want to clear the Magnussen Gasly Alonso fight, don't we? I don't think they're in that position at the moment. So, great lap there by Leclerc. It's quick to the race.
Good lap by Leclerc.
4.8. Quicker than Piastri in front.
Yeah, Carlos Sainz put in the 25.3. He's the one that, if you were Ferrari,
Top 26 at the moment in Qatar. Verstappen still leads with Norris second, Piastri third, Leclerc fourth, Sainz fifth, and Perez sixth, and Hamilton seventh. And Russell was third to start with, but then the slow pit stop actually cost him a place to the 2 Ferrari cars as well. As Ferrari to close the gap to McLaren, going into the final race of the year on McLaren to seal the constructors out.
Yeah, and George is on the back now.
I mean, I do hope McLaren win it because obviously they haven't won it since 1998. Well, Ferrari haven't won it since 2008.
The fight between Leclerc, Sainz and Russell. Would you, as a strategist, bring Sainz in at the end of this lap because Russell will only get
I wouldn't play pit Sainz. I'll probably wait till it's the right time.
Those tyres go up the temperature, like you say, Crofty. But the thing is, Alonso is currently lapping 1 second a lap slower.
Yeah, that's the problem for
if Alonso can
Russell.
Russell up at all, any extra margin allows that pit window to be a little bit safe in case they have a slow stop. And let's see what they do.
That's true. And in the first sector, 2/10 Carlos Sainz ahead of George Russell. As out in front, Lando Norris puts a couple of tenths out of Max Verstappen's advantage.
And they're going quicker on these old tyres, so they're getting quicker every lap. So
that's actually a rare surprise. But when the tyres get more worn, they get quicker. That's actually a surprise.
It's such a slow stop, isn't it? The 25 seconds you lose.
As Pando Portis keeps the gap between him and Verstappen within 2 seconds.
Because you're waiting for that safety car if it comes out.
It's good for Hamilton, that is.
Currently in 7th, 10th of a second quicker than Sergio Perez on the previous lap.
Russell looks at Alonso, but Alonso stays ahead.
Alonso, which gives Ferrari that bit more time to breathe a bit more easily.
Yeah, although Russell is nearly half a minute behind Sainz, so theoretically they could pit their two cars now if they wanted. Keep ahead of Osama Russell.
To try and explain, because obviously George Russell is not on the same part of the track as the two Ferraris, but he is racing against Leclerc and Sainz, which you probably didn't expect to do, given that he was starting on pole tonight.
The car's just not turning out to what Russell's saying.
Now balance issues on the hard side.
He's saying the car's not turning, and Lewis was saying the car is starting to turn. So I don't really know what that is.
Could be the medium type compared to the hard.
The front is just not getting him into the corner, so he's just having to wait and wait before he can get on the throttle, and it's hurting his exits.
So here's the thing, Jensen, right? George Russell's the first one, really, the leading contenders that's gone onto the hard tyres tonight, and we've not seen people running the hard tyres like Vegas last week. This is all very useful data to all the other teams to say,
it's good data. This
not really a very good tyre in this race.
Yeah, he's the guinea pig for everyone. Yeah. So it's sometimes it works.
As Magnussen pits for Haas,
you get that advantage, but it doesn't seem to be the case at the moment. Max was saying he wanted 2 turns more front wing. I think that's what everyone's going to be wanting after George's comments on how much understeer he has.
Fernando Alonso is looking for George Russell down the straight. He's not coming at you, Fernando. He's not making
Alonso's safer now.
On Aston Martin, that Alonso was saying.
So if you can get like 35 laps into a race on a set of medium tyres, then you can probably go at least 22 laps on a set of soft tyres, I guess. But I'm not sure if that would work because the softs went off quite quickly for Zhou in the sprint.
After contact has a time penalty as well when he's.
So what teams could do is go medium hard, not medium hard, medium soft.
So going into
looking on board of Hamilton here. Yeah. Oh, massive. Nearly spun out. Good save by Lewis Hamilton.
So calm, let me describe it.
Until that, it looked like
great save that was.
The understeer, and then it just snapped on him. That's the way that it is around here. It's tough. There's no gradual slide in an F1 car around this track.
That snap cost Lewis about 0.8 of a second.
It did, between him and Checo Perez.
Between Hamilton and Perez, it was 2.
As a near the end of the lap for these two cars, Alonso and Russell.
The lap 28 had gone to 3.1 seconds. So, out in front.
And Russell ain't gaining much.
All lapping within a few hundredths of a second of each other at the moment. And they've all got a pretty decent pace, actually. And Russell, the only one on the hard tyre, still a second a lap slower. And George Russell.
Russell having a look. But it's just too far back to have a go.
The top 3 in this race. Make that the top 4 with Leclerc as well.
Yeah, it's a massive pace advantage they have still on those medium tyres.
There's a big gap between Russell and Verstappen's like nearly a minute. I'm sure he gets that, it's nearly a minute.
He's just not able to carry speed.
Look at the gap between Russell and Sainz.
It's just frustrating.
You know, we were saying how tight it was if Ferrari wanted to make a pit stop with Carlos Sainz to get him in and out again ahead of George Russell. It wouldn't be tight now.
Yeah, it's at 30 now.
7 seconds stationary for Russell. He lost 5 seconds really at the pit stop.
Yeah, it's like in sector 1.
4 seconds advantage. Now, as when he wants to come in, we've got a yellow flag in sector 1.
It's clear now.
Was
it Verstappen? Verstappen's gone slow.
Maybe Kevin Magnussen had a bit of a moment as we ride on.
Verstappen's gone a bit slow. There's still a yellow flag out. It's Magnussen.
And we've got a double yellow flag being waved. I think Kevin Magnussen's going around very slowly. Someone has lost a wing mirror.
Or someone has.
You drivers keep telling me you can't see out of anyway, but tell you what, Jensen, that's in the middle of the straight.
Yeah.
That needs moving.
They got a gap between.
That might be a virtual safety car to
this could be
the marshals to come on the move because it's not on the racing line. But if George Russell wanted an overtake here, he'd run over a wing mirror, and he is going for the overtake because he's past that wing mirror.
Yeah,
he passed the double.
Couldn't make it still.
What do you do as the race director at this stage?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're going to tell me where to go, but if you had any pace to get close.
Speak louder, please.
You'll tell me where to go, but if you had any pace to Verstappen, we take it to push up to him.
Yeah.
So Hopefully he has. He looks like he's been pushing. He's keeping
against 1.2 now.
He's 1.8 seconds behind. It's been fluctuating now. 1.2
So whose
seconds.
ring mirror was it? Was it? It was Albon.
That's where the wing mirror.
For some reason, it looks like a Red Bull ring mirror, but it wasn't. That could be a black and orange flag for Albon, maybe.
Maybe thinking that we're going to have a virtual safety car.
Yeah, Ferrari are waiting.
And then goes back in because race control are still happy to cover this with double waved yellow, so we can see just beyond the finish of the pit lane where that wing mirror is stationed. Ted, to you.
Yeah, so some of the marshals actually on the pit wall can see it. They're just waiting for the instruction from race control.
Yeah, they are.
To jump over the wall and go and get it. It's quite dangerous, so there would have to be probably a full safety car rather than a virtual.
Yeah.
Anyway, all the teams are on tenterhooks down here, Crofty. Everybody's thinking about a pit stop now. Ferrari had the hard tyres, went back in to the pit box. McLaren thinking about it as well. I love that radio message from Will Joseph.
Yeah, that was good, that was.
He didn't tell him where to go, did he? But instead kind of said, speak louder, and then didn't respond.
Yeah.
Max Verstappen has responded.
Check if you lifted for the yellow. There was a yellow in the middle of the straight.
Yeah, there was. We'll have a look. Make sure he lifted.
I'm assuming he's talking.
Lando did not lift.
Yeah.
What?
Max,
I hope you record that then.
Max has got his wing mirrors and he's looking at Lando Norris, and he'd seen that Lando Norris had closed the gap.
I thought Verstappen went wide and then Norris gained on him.
Now just saying, have a look at that, please, because he should have lifted on the straight, and he should. It's a double wave yellow down there.
Yeah, he lost about 6.
I don't understand the reason why he lifted on double yellows, because if it's off the track and they're summing on the go off, then they might as well just
They've got to do
keep
something
pushing.
here, because you can't just do the rest of the race with a yellow flag on the straight, because that takes away the only opportunity to overtake.
Yeah,
so
it does.
You're going to finish in the positions we're in.
Seems strange to me that they've not
Yeah, it
moved
does.
it. Many comments. I don't know if you were at the Silverstone base team, but a pit fell off Sergio Perez's car in Hungary once. The only excitement we had that year because they had a safety car and closed everyone up.
There were lots of bits fell off at various points, Crofty, but yeah, it is difficult. I think what they're weighing up here is there a good enough gap between Magnussen and Verstappen currently? There's quite a big gap on track, and I wonder if they think they can clear it in that time, but it's not a lot of time for someone to get out and back in.
No, it isn't.
And they're probably weighing up any unfair advantage they would give by having a very, very short VSC. If it was a VSC or a safety car now, I think everyone who's on the tyres they started on would stop. The team that would struggle the most would be Ferrari, because there's only 4.3 seconds between their cars. The other cars have quite a nice gap to be able to.
Yeah, I'd be a pulling for Ferrari if there was a full safety car.
Yes, the double stacking that would be going on there. Ferrari
That's just slow down, but that's so science down. They would.
New hard tyres in this race, as we saw there Nico Hülkenberg coming in for what was his second stop of this race. It's a 15-second loss, 15-second loss under a safety car, a virtual safety car. If you make a pit stop.
Sounds like this.
And it's a 25-second loss if you stop during the course of the race in its entirety. Is this where Lando didn't lift?
Could be.
I've got to say, listening to that, Jensen, I didn't hear a lift down the straight.
He didn't lift. I mean, I wonder how many did lift.
That's not the point.
Yeah.
We're talking about Lando Norris in this instant, but I don't know what anyone else did down there.
I mean, if other drivers don't lift during that, then they shouldn't really give us a penalty.
And at the very least, lift through that double yellow zone.
Was that a double yellow at that moment? Or was it a solid yellow?
Well, maybe it was a solid yellow. Yeah.
But still, you're right.
Yeah, Norris has not got a pace now. Verstappen's responding to him.
Hopefully they'll be running through everyone.
I can't see any yellow flags waving down the straight as it is, but we're probably at the wrong camera angle.
Probably, yeah.
The two cars behind don't have their DRS open.
Now, and someone just gone straight over that wing mirror. Valtteri Bottas.
Yes, Bottas.
In the Sauber has just gone over that wing mirror, which is kind of what we were saying could happen. That if anyone moves over the racing line, they're going to go over it. I don't know why that piece of debris wasn't removed.
Normally, to
a
be fair.
safety car or a virtual safety car.
It was like 4 laps there.
It seemed far safer to me to do that.
Yeah.
There are no yellow flags down the main straight, by the way, at the moment.
But interestingly, the two cars, which is Valtteri and Sharp, do not have their DRS open. And I'm wondering it's because they know it's a yellow and you shouldn't have the DRS open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's now a bit more debris on the circuit than what was. Hamilton.
A puncture for Lewis Hamilton. Now, as he picked up debris on that main straight,
Probably has.
and that's cost him. He's at turn 5 at the moment.
Russell's got ahead of Alonso.
Likely outcome, and I think Carlos Sainz is also in trouble with all that debris on the main straight. Very easy for cars to run over it and get a puncture. And Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton both in trouble.
So the guys replacing Sainz to Ferrari,
the question
and
has to be asked, why wasn't it dealt with a lot sooner?
Yeah. I don't understand. I really don't.
Yeah, Sainz also has a puncher.
Oh, and Carlos Sainz just needs to slow down before he totally destroys his car.
Yeah.
And they'll be telling him that at the moment as Sergio Perez gets past him, moves to the 5th place.
Piastri's in.
Piastri has pitted. And to be honest, not a bad idea to get off the main straight and use the pit lane, even if we do get a safety car, because they've obviously got a gap that they can pit him in and still keep ahead of Sergio Perez. But that's Perez has gone through now. And there's the debris. You can see it on the track just by the white line and the pit lane exit.
Yeah, there's a little bit coming out the pit lane as well. So on your brand new tyres, that's something you got to stay away from.
Been told to pit.
Right as you can coming out the pit lane.
Right, so
Ferrari.
Well, the problem is trying to get the jack underneath the car. They're going to need to have a little look at that, and away he goes.
Away goes Sainz.
It wouldn't surprise me if there was damage to the floor, front wing as well. Given what we saw of Carlos Sainz out on track. Hamilton now down in 15th place.
Hamilton down in 15th. It looks like his race is over.
If he's lucky, he's going to get behind Yuki
Safety
Tsunoda.
car.
Oh, and now we get a safety car. I've got to say, that's about 4 laps too late.
Yeah, true. That was wrong from the FIA to do that.
Hamilton finally gets into the pits from 15th place. Max Verstappen is coming in.
Just reserve this lap.
It's not going well for Lewis Hamilton, that is for sure. Nico Hulkenberg continues down the main straight. Charles Leclerc comes into the pits. You lose way less time stopping behind the safety car than you do when you're stopping in normal racing conditions. Verstappen stopped about 8 tenths faster than Lando Norris's.
Yeah, massive advantage for the driver to have pitted yet.
So Sergio Perez, just looking for where he
is going to be out in 5th.
Top 3, Verstappen, Norris and Leclerc. Piastri had pitted just before the safety car. Perez now pits for Red Bull. Piastri carries on and will move up.
I don't know why the FIA did that, but should have just brought the safety car out. Like, I would have brought it out as well.
You really do. He's been struggling on this race. Then picks up a load of debris after his former teammate Valtteri Bottas run over that wing mirror, which really should have been, and we'll say it again, should have been cleared away an awful lot sooner.
Yeah, should have been.
It has destroyed two cars races and also
destroyed Ferrari's chances of winning the championship as well.
So, yeah, I don't know what they were hoping for.
Doesn't feel okay. RB8,
George Russell pits again.
So going to use 90 from the Sauber.
Second set of new tyres, I think. George Russell. So they're going to persist with the hard tyre to the end of this race. And now the rest all get to come in as well. Joe Guan Yu, we just saw, making his stop. Fernando Alonso making his stop. What they're going to need to do is just to sweep away that debris before he can get going and get Russell out.
And Joe Guan Yu is also in a points man, so Joe could be getting Sauber's first points of the season.
That puncture has cost Carlos Sainz in his battle with George Russell.
Yeah, it has.
Pierre Gasly is in 6th, having pitted behind the safety car. That's good points for Alpine. If he can hang on to that, that will be 8 points. And taking Alpine as it stands at the moment up into 6th place.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big call. That would be a big haul of points. Obviously, he's got George and Carlos behind him, but the pace in that Alpine has been very good. So maybe he can hold on.
Certainly has.
You think Gasly has pitted?
Safety car's going to come through the pit lane at the end of this lap.
The right decision.
Give the marshals a chance to go and sweep away that debris. While they're doing that, they might want to sweep away some debris in other parts of the track as well.
Yeah.
Some of the gravel that's come on the track. Now, Bernie Collins, to you.
Yeah, so it's just going to come in a little bit quickly on Russell. You've seen that second pit stop there for another hard lap.
2 seconds, Bernie.
Why have we put hards on? Why have we put the hards back on, mate?
Yeah, I think Russell's actually, you really should ask about that after what he's experienced.
A tad baffled as to why George Russell has a set of hard tyres on his car once again. As I look down, he didn't have any. That might be the answer. Turning to you again.
Yeah, I was just going to come in on that from Russell, and they have used mediums available, but I think the thing is they are worried about the length, the stick that this tyre has to do from here.
Thanks ever so much, Bernie. And that's Lewis Hamilton's moment where his race that had been not exactly sparkling.
Sainz also had it.
But the balance of his car got even worse. Carlos Sainz instantly felt the effects of that rear puncture as well. Puncture.
I mean,
that was destroyed.
Well. They're doing over 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, but they should have bought safety car out on that 30, and that would have.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It would have been dealt with.
Disappointing for these guys, fighting out there for position, giving it their all, and then it's taking
Matt over the sides.
Remember
that happened with Hamilton and Valencia in 2012 and McLaren when they just couldn't get the front jack up.
Second race as race director.
The front jack failed.
It was a busy weekend with F1 Academy. Congratulations to Abby Pulling, by the way, champion for this year. Brilliant for her.
I didn't watch F1 Academy this year.
And F2 and F1. It's a big job. In all honesty, Jensen, I'm not sure I would want to be a race director. I don't know if you fancy the job or not, but it is a big job.
As it stands, they get 41 points between McLaren and Ferrari, and if Norris gets the lead, then McLaren are on the verge of winning the championship.
Before the safety car came out, what's that? 41
Team Max.
points lead in the championship.
Anything on that yellow flag? Or you can still turn out to a yellow?
Literally just speaking about it now, Max. Stand by.
GP won't be speaking about it. The sporting director, Jonathan Wheatley, is allowed to talk to race control.
He's leaving to come Ali's team principal.
We saw that as well on the replay. Lando Norris not lifting down the straight of the wing mirror.
Yeah, but if other drivers aren't lifting, then don't give him a penalty. Because other drivers are doing it as well.
To a set of mediums to the end of this race, and he's kind of going wheel to wheel here with Kevin Magnussen.
In the pit lane, that could be unsafe release.
I mean, they are level, aren't they?
Yeah. And actually, that was the first pit stop for Alonso. Level, and then Alonso gets ahead.
Yeah.
Benny Collins at Sky Race Control. What's the rule on that one? Can you go wheel to wheel down the pit lane?
You can go wheel to wheel down the pit lane if the pit lane's wide enough. Then have a look to see if it's
there's a lock-up from Lando.
It is, and he's very lucky that none of the other pit crew are out in the pit lane there, and that's what they will look at in race control in that instance. If the pit lane are out, you would be expected to give way because he is not fully in the pass.
Is that Lando Norris locking up?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and quite a big lock-up too.
Yeah, obviously coming into the pits, and maybe he didn't realise how much they had to slow down for the pit limiter when you're following the safety car. It's an unusual situation to find yourself in. I don't think that would have done too much damage. He's going pretty slow.
Right, let's take a look at this race. And in a minute, because I think the debris has been swept away, Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas will be able to unlap themselves. How has this panned out with some drivers stopping before the safety car, some taking an advantage of stopping during the safety car? As we watch Lando Norris, and this will be that lock-up that we were talking about. Hamilton and Bottas have been out of, they can overtake.
He has mentioned on the radio that he thinks Lewis brake tested him.
Hamilton speeding 100%. He just brake tested me again. I lost both my fronts. Potential double flat storm.
Maybe Lewis didn't have his pit limiter on, and he went to accelerate and was like, "Oh, I might be going over the speed." And he's hit the
car's now overtake Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas.
He didn't have his pit limiter on, or the students say that.
Oh, they changed it now.
You brake tested some safety car can now use.
I'm not sure if Hamilton will get back and get the points today. I'm not going to lie.
Max Verstappen continues to lead Lando Norris. Charles Leclerc is now
we'll have
in
to see.
third place. Oscar Piastri fourth. Sergio Perez up in the fifth. Pierre Gasly has moved into sixth after stopping behind the safety car.
Yeah.
George Russell on the hard
There's a Colapinto.
very happy about it. Seventh.
Which watches his teammate
cars to get a puncture. Joe Guan Yu is running 9th for a Sauber team that haven't scored points yet this season. And do you know what? I really hope he stays there, and I really hope Sauber don't have a pointless campaign.
Yeah, I agree. And also, this is the perfect place for them to be at 9th because they have the pace.
Yeah.
It's not completely by luck. Yeah, a couple of people have had puncture issues, but they've been competitive.
Best finish in Formula 1 of 8th, Joe Guan Yu in Canada in 2022. Fernando Alonso runs 10th for Aston Martin. And then behind him, Magnussen and Tsunoda, who will be very keen to get back into the points. Albon and Hulkenberg, Lawson, Hamilton and Bottas, who are kind of back into this once again. That is the current battle in the Constructors' Championship for 6th place. As I mentioned, Alpine moving then into 6th place. Safety cars coming in.
Safety cars coming in.
Ted Kravitz down here. Yeah, just got my breath back down here. And Fernando Alonso has got a target on Joe Guan Yu's back. He wants those points for P9 in front of him. We'll never know what would happen between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris, but everyone has survived that.
Well, here we go. Safety car pitting the end of this lap. Let's see what happens.
Fernando Alonso running the medium tyre, Jensen. I think that's absolute genius strategy there by Aston Martin. The hard tyres don't seem to be working tonight, so give it a go.
Here we go.
And do 28 laps to the end on the medium tyre if we can.
Well, they did that on the medium tyre at the start of the race when the circuit wasn't as clean.
Yeah.
So I think that is a great shout. I would definitely want to be on mediums, as George Russell wanted to as well.
So
yeah,
for
here
the
we go.
Second time tonight, Max Verstappen will lead them away. For a
Yeah, just going close to the safety car. I think Ben needs to.
Absolutely right, didn't we?
Yeah,
On the,
we're backing it up now.
Yes,
But
yeah,
I
that
think
was a beautiful
use
start.
that when the safety car
Looking at
sirens go off.
the cars on the medium tyre.
Alonso, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, and Bottas on mediums.
Let's sit the medium back on.
Yeah,
Absolutely right.
someone's off now. We're getting this race back underway with 18 laps left.
Because, like George
Here in
Russell, he's
Qatar.
not really fond of those hard tyres tonight. And
Who will win?
Max Verstappen.
Pando Porres or Maxi Pad Verstappen?
And Oscar
Just using my
Piastri
Rocket Pad mobile names on
very
it.
keen
Not my
on
names,
the
they're his
restart
names, but
before.
yeah.
Got an overtake
Might as well
done
use
as well. Is Max going? Is Max going?
Wait, what's
Where's
Perez?
he going to go? He's on the run and the approach now.
Perez spun out.
The final corner. He'd actually got going before now.
I think he has,
Lando
actually.
Norris Absolutely chomping at the bit to make sure he doesn't get caught out by Max. He's going to pick up a beautiful slipstream here.
I was going to say he might have to wait.
Yeah, here we go.
But he hasn't. He's gone. He's going to have a beautiful toe here down to turn.
Sergio Perez has stopped at turn 15. Looks like he's out of this race.
Perez has
Max
stopped.
Verstappen under pressure from Lando Norris. Norris is going to have to go around the outside here. He's going to try it in a turn one. Verstappen on the inside.
Verstappen forced him off.
Verstappen keeps the lead. Coming wide, Pierre Gasly. And through goes Carlos Sainz on the Alpine. Verstappen
Sainz up to
Norris,
6th.
Leads Leclerc, leads Piastri, George Russell.
Piastri going for it with Leclerc.
Wheel to wheel now with Charles Leclerc. Meanwhile, Russell's trying to fend off Carlos Sainz. It is all action.
Yes, all action.
Stages with a second safety car restart. And Max Verstappen's held on to the lead. And down the
Yeah, it's like
inside
sector 3.
goes Carlos Sainz and Pierre Gasly. And Fernando Alonso joins the back of that pack as
Yeah.
well.
Sainz got hit from behind and he's down in. Sorry, Perez got hit. He's down in 17th position.
One to Perez.
Yeah, look,
I think he's
see
spun.
what happened here. I said that Perez had stopped at turn 15. This was
And Perez lost
before
drive.
He lost drive, is what happened to Sergio Perez, and then got hit. So he lost drive, and then whoever was
DSC.
behind Sergio Perez went into the back of it.
Virtual safety car.
Yes, we want to get Sergio
Yeah.
Perez cleared out of the way.
Hulkenberg's
That
out.
is the Haas of Nico Hulkenberg out of
This
this
could be
race
another safety
and
car.
beached into the gravel. Poor, they often say one safety car and another safety car
Yeah.
follows quite quickly.
Yeah,
and that's
full safety
exactly
car.
what's
Perez is
happened
out.
here. But it's full safety
As
car
Perez's
now as well.
abysmal season continues.
Checo is out.
So, Sergio Perez,
So, what will McLaren do? Will they put
losing
the mediums
drive,
on and just go
getting
for
hit
absolute
from
charge?
behind, and sadly for
Or
him,
will they just leave? I think they should
outside
leave it to be fair, because if they pit Lando, they're going to fall to maybe down to last.
races to go.
Wow. That was a restart, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a good restart. That was
It certainly was.
action packed. Perez out of a
Going
race.
on there. We'll get some replays. Lando Norris and Max Verstappen.
And Hulkenberg out of a race too, because Hulkenberg's beached.
Under this safety car to get rid of the hard tyre and to put some mediums on. And Fernando Alonso now up into
RBs are pitting.
of Joe Guan Yu, showing that the
Wonder what they're doing.
are very, very effective.
No, they're not at the time. They're double stacking.
With Max Verstappen. Whatever Max thinks.
I mean, RB had nothing to lose. They're vying for 8th in the championship. They might as well just double stack their cars and put a set of faster tyres on and try and go for points. I mean, that's got to be the point. What RB are doing. They've got nothing to lose.
Max didn't go earlier was because the safety car lights, from what Lando said, didn't go out.
Right.
So that's why he couldn't. So he couldn't prepare.
Sub 41.
That's interesting because we knew it was coming in. Let's have a little look here. This is Sergio Perez.
What happened to Perez? I mean, I know he spun, but I'm pretty sure he got hit.
So he still has dry. Everything's normal. Oh, he
Dropped him by himself.
Did he get hit or did he?
Yeah, he lost drive.
That looks like a hydraulics issue, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Here we go. Lando Norris down the main straight. Max forces him wide. There's still plenty of space there, and he's ahead by half a car length. And then Max moves over to the left to defend his position.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was tough, but
they both stayed on the track.
They both stayed on the track. They looked pretty fair to me. Meanwhile, Oscar Piastri and Charles Leclerc really going for it as Ferrari stay ahead of McLaren on track. Carlos Sainz has to back out of it as George Russell gets past, and Russell had already passed.
Here's Osama bin Russell on Pierre Gasly.
Down the main straight.
It's the 5th this was.
Yes, Gasly outbreaks himself.
Yeah, it's the 5th after Perez went out. And Gasly just went straight off.
Yes, Gasly had got 5th and was almost up in the 2nd. His braking was that late.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can see the toe difference you get down the straight there. We had three pairs of cars fighting for position down at turn 1. And I think with these hard tyres, they're just struggling to get them working. Oscar
Piastri, the last moment, getting past the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, or getting out from behind the rear wing, I should say, of Charles Leclerc. And Lando Norris is under investigation by the stewards for failing to slow under yellow flags. I've seen the replay of that, and it does rather look and sound that he didn't lift at all, and that could be.
Yeah, but what if other drivers lift? Then don't you just give Lando a penalty? What are they on about? If they don't give, if other drivers don't lift, then don't give Lando the penalty.
Yeah, that was a big snap there.
Like, let's say half the field didn't lift, just don't give Lando the penalty. I don't know if we're going against Lando for. I generally don't.
Hulkenberg ended up in the gravel. That just looked like
what the hell is one of the FIA recently?
He wasn't caught by anyone, I don't think.
Don't give Lando a penalty for happening. Don't give Max play for happening in the United States. Now this.
It's only such an easy corner for them, turn 9, but you can hear he's lifted, it's unsettled the rear, and he's gone back on throttle and game over.
So, Lando Norris under investigation. Safety cars coming in at the end of this.
The other drivers should be under investigation if they didn't do it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Williams and Alex Albon on a soft compound tyre.
Albon's going to be flying. Team radio.
What position am I in? Currently P12. So that's next up, mate.
I wonder, could they have pitted Lewis Hamilton and put him on the medium tyres as well at Mercedes to give him a little bit of extra grip to try and get him back into this race? And 49 points. The difference, 39 points, the difference.
Yeah.
I'll try and work this out. 39 points, the difference between McLaren and Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship, which is not enough for McLaren to win the championship tonight. Right. Here we go again then, Jenson Button.
Yeah.
Is he going to go now?
What? They're all going to have very cold tyres. I can tell that he's gone. And he's got a good advantage there. But we saw before he really struggled to put the power down the exit of the last corner.
Yeah.
Safety car lights were still on when they got going. And both Max Verstappen and Lando Norris were complaining about that. But Bernd Maylander was in the pit lane. And Max has got going. And this time, Lando Norris, rather than attacking as the car under pressure, goes to the inside.
There goes Leclerc.
Leclerc's going to have to go around the outside. Norris stays a couple of car lengths ahead. Ferrari behind McLaren. And behind Ferrari is Oscar Piastri in the distance there, trying to get close close as Lewis Hamilton struggling
So Verstappen will have this now.
drops down into 13th. George Russell, his teammate, runs 5th. Pierre Gasly is 6th. They're weaving to try and get temperature into these tyres. Not Fernando Alonso on the mediums. Seems like that is the best way to
Hamilton's lost 2 places.
Max Verstappen has the lead over Lando Norris.
Yeah, that was a much more relaxed restart than you exactly want to expect from the tyres and how the car would feel into turn 1. But yeah, look at Fernando Alonso. He's not weaving around to get temperature in the tyres. His tyres are working immediately, and I think that is the tyre to be on. It's just whether that car has the pace in it. But if it does, Fernando will extract it.
Yeah, he might be putting a bit of pressure on Carlos Sainz when they come down.
If that has the man that has a pace, Fernando will use it.
His sparks coming from on and over vibration.
And Oscar Piastri has dropped to 10th to Charles Leclerc on this lap. I don't see Sparks from riding on board with him, but he can certainly feel those vibrations.
Russell's gone off.
George Russell, I think, goes a little bit wide.
Yeah, a little bit wide.
Pierre Gasly, as they make their way towards the end of this latest lap of racing. 7/10 the difference between Verstappen and Norris. Gap then back to Charles Leclerc. Gap to Oscar Piastri.
Looks like McLaren can be fast on the hards.
Russell. Gap to Gasly. Sainz, not much of a gap ahead of Fernando Alonso. He stays ahead. Joe Grant in 9th and Alex Albon up into 10th. Ahead of Kevin Magnussen.
Albon at points.
Perez, Stroll.
Having fun with the tyre, but it says
it's told everything looks good with his tyre.
we're going to Piastri.
44 and 57. Bernie Collins. Hello, Bernie. Can you hear me?
Oh yes, sorry. There was a bit going on there, Coffee, but I was just trying to listen in the Piastri. That completed to the front left. And one of the things that we have to be aware of at the minute is that all of the punctures have been front left. All of the issues have been front left. And this track we have in the past 2 seasons have had issues with tyre durability.
Oh, what?
Here. So let's see how this progresses.
Oh, go away, FIA. If other drivers do, give them the same penalty.
Crucially, at the front end of this race,
if other drivers do it, give them a penalty as well.
Go penalty for Lando Norris for failing to
Or just don't give a penalty at all.
We saw it, we heard it. Down the straight.
FIA is so against British drivers.
When he was behind Max Verstappen, there was a wing mirror on the track. That's why the yellow flags were there. That is a severe penalty for Lando Norris. That is taking him way out of contention in this race.
The FIA is a bloody joke.
Obviously, there's only 12 laps to go.
Sport's gone,
and,
honestly.
Punched up with the safety car, so that hurts.
Says he can stop and go for that.
The only thing you can do now is to be aggressive as you possibly can, get past Max and pull his punches back.
He's got 3 laps to serve that in. He's got 3 laps to serve that penalty within, even if he got past Max now. He's not going to make up enough gap, is it?
No.
It's too harsh, that is.
12 laps to make 10 seconds on Max Verstappen, which isn't likely.
Yeah, but he has 3 laps to serve the penalty, that's the thing. So when you get a stop-go penalty...
Oh, sorry, it's just a stop-go 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was just 10-second penalty. Wow, that's massive.
Yes.
Lando has been given a 10-second stop-and-go penalty. 10-second stop-and-go penalty, which he needs to serve within 2 laps.
That seems unbelievably extreme.
But it's I assume they'll say it's a safety thing.
Yeah, but it's too harsh. Just give him at least 5-second penalty.
Yeah, you know it's a driver, Jensen. The reason why drivers...
This FIA is a joke.
Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton's been voted for...
Just let him race.
He's already had a 5-second
We're in fun.
start.
We have been given a 10-second stop-go penalty, which we will take this lap.
No response from Lando Norris and Ted Kravitz.
Yeah, he's going in.
Into the pit lane now.
The FIA are playing Red Bull, honestly. Or Red Bull are playing the FIA to do this.
New race director, but let's just stress, it's not the race director who gives the penalties, it's the stewards. But this seems incredibly
I bet it's Derek Warwick again.
Something we haven't seen for this kind of thing recently. So
Gaslighting everybody again.
Sitting there, and this is going to put
And guilt-tripping everybody.
points completely and last properly because it's a 36 seconds penalty while everything included in the time it takes to come in, doesn't it? So it's going to amount to a race lost time of about 35 seconds.
Basically,
Like, screw this sport, honestly. What is this sport turned into? It's an entertainment show.
And he can't see the cars in front of him.
Fairly slow under the...
Yeah, Lando's right. If other drivers are doing it, it's same for what? If other drivers doing it, then give them a penalty as well. Or just don't give them a penalty. Like, what the hell is wrong with the FIA against British drivers? Against Max Verstappen? What the hell?
I'm not going to do that unless the 2 Ferraris...
Ruining the fun of Formula 1, honestly.
I would imagine.
Yeah, obviously they're going to have an advantage, the Ferraris here, of, what is it, 8?
It was 30 points. Yeah, it was 30 points coming into the race, wasn't it? And that is how
They're just siding with MaxiPad as always. Did the same in Austin, siding with MaxiPad.
26. It is going to go down to the wire in Abu Dhabi.
19 points.
Yeah, only 19 points. And by the way, Lewis Hamilton now has...
Sport's gone.
Lewis Hamilton
Sport is
now
gone.
has a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Okay, if that's valid, then fine. But still.
And also 25.5. Maybe a little bit up. Pushing.
Joe Granier moves up into 8th.
That's too harsh, that is. That penalty sounds harsh on Lando.
In Formula 1. And Max Verstappen now with a comfortable gap out in front of about 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, he's. I mean, that's a nice.
What did the sport turn into?
Cruising from there, I feel. Yeah, Leclerc into second. Obviously, Sainz down in P6. This is a big moment for Gasly as well. In P5, that's a lot of points. 10 points for Alpine. That's a good chunk with only one race to go.
Yeah, Pierre Gasly at a track that he does rather love. This is Kevin Magnussen getting back on turns and back ahead.
Well, that was against Albon.
One of them losing the place as he goes wide.
Yeah, no, he was going for the outside.
I don't think that's forced another driver off the track because
being forced off the track.
Oh, it could be,
Just like he was a couple of laps ago as well. They made contact and luckily no damage to either car.
10
Gasly's
laps
5th
to
now.
go. A lot to talk about from this race tonight. 3 safety car periods. Lando Norris with a 10-second stop-go penalty.
Okay, so we've got a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lanes. Looks like I forgot to press the button on that first time behind the safety car. Negative.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I think he wants to go all out in Abu Dhabi to get a last podium with the team. I mean, if he wants to go all out in Abu Dhabi just to retire the car, I actually don't blame Lewis for doing that. Look, now Lando's going quick. We're in the fun.
I want to retire and being told no, you carry on.
I mean, the frustrating thing is, it's been a pretty bad race for him with the puncture and obviously not a great start.
Yeah.
But he was in
We're in the fun at a sport. Lando just goes to the Grand Prix after he serves a penalty. What's the fun in that then? What is the fun in that? FIA?
It's like I say, whatever could go wrong has gone wrong.
More like FIA stands for Let's We're in Formula 1.
In this race, you were Lewis's teammate for many years, and this weekend it's been
Or fun, or we could say
positive, negative.
fun in F1 is absurd. That's what FIA means.
Get this season out of the way.
It's been mostly negative, and we saw the same thing in Brazil, and it's a real surprise for me. You know, conditions that Lewis normally thrives in, and the problem is once you have a couple of bad moments, especially when your teammate is just getting the best out of the car every single session, it starts
Well, I want this at the moment.
out of control. And even
Joe Granier is more safe now to get kick Sauber's first points of the
you just
year.
think about that last moment.
Yeah, now they're boxing to retire Hamilton.
Lewis is told to pit to retire the car. More of that in a moment.
As there he goes. Jesus, that's a good move from K-Mag. Just close the door on Albon. I think you have to close the door. Look, again, what's the fun in this when Lando's now going purple? If they just didn't give a penalty, Lando could have been the leader of the race by now.
He has carried on. I think they were discussing it. Lewis was very much of the opinion that he was
Oh, he's
just
carrying
going
on.
to come into the pit lane and turn the car off himself. Just end the discussion by just coming in and turning the car off. Of course,
On
he
board
has the
with
power
Charles
to do
Leclerc.
that. The team have convinced him, it seems, on this lap at least, to keep going.
I think they wanted it to serve the penalty as well, like with Lance Stroll earlier in the race, so it wasn't a penalty carried over to the next race, his last
And he
race
doesn't-
for Mercedes.
Yeah, and if Mercedes wants to go all out, then they might as well just
in Abu Dhabi, because this is a mentally
Give him a
such
new
tough
engine.
place for him to be in. One of the greatest.
I mean, obviously, if they have no other engines left, they might as well give him the freshest engine they can.
It's soul destroying.
And give him the best strategy and best car possible before the final race of the year.
Go and race for Mercedes next week.
Well, a couple of races ago, that was his mindset, wasn't it, after Brazil? But
Yeah.
I hope he has his last race in Abu Dhabi, because we know how great he is, and we know how great he is around that track, and I want to see that.
Before he heads off to Ferrari, of course.
So big for Alpine though. If they keep this result with Gasly 5th, Alpine could be getting
to
the big money
Alpine
bonus, the
in
6th
now,
Limited Championship.
by 5 points in the championship.
Alpine looks like
in
their
this
hopes
race.
are over unless,
Alpine scoring
you know,
10.
they
Yeah,
turn out to the 5th best car in Abu Dhabi, and there's some problems in the 8th best car, in the 4 best cars.
Place and lapping quite well. Joe Guan Yu has a very nice cushion between himself and Kevin Magnussen of 4 seconds. We're on lap.
I don't know who agrees with me about the
Joe
FIA,
Guan
but
Yu
that is
currently
actually
for a
absurd they
Sauber
did
team,
that.
who are the only team who haven't scored a point this season. And you go back, don't you, to this place last year where Sauber scored their most recent points in Formula 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't.
Where is?
Nice one, Kev.
Oh, that was actually a funny radio message from Kane now.
I'm off, says Kevin Magnussen.
Go for it, Kev.
Another one of your former teammates.
Exactly. We don't want them to have a dry season. We want them to get some points. And Valtteri in 11th place. He's only just behind the Williams of Albon on the soft tyre.
This could be a double points finish for Sauber because Valtteri is really catching Alex Albon. Those soft tyres have gone off. What a night that's going to be down at Sauber. What a night for Max Verstappen, who clinched the title last week in Las Vegas and is very much in the drive back to winning ways here tonight. Brilliant drive in the wet, of course, in Sao Paulo for victory. But this is going to be his first victory in the drive since Spain, as Lando Norris makes an overtake past Liam Lawson and into 13th place. He might yet still score a point in this race as he fights his way through the field. In all honesty, he's got the pace to do it.
He's 3 seconds quicker than the cars in front. 2.5 seconds. That is massive. And there's still 6 laps to go. Yeah, there's every chance to get a point or two.
And
About-
McLaren would like him to get at least a point.
Yeah, Lando can still get a point here.
Another point for that fastest lap, but he's got 2. It's all adding up in the Constructors' Championship battle. Meanwhile, Oscar Piastri running in 3rd place behind Charles Leclerc. You don't want to go much wide.
I might make a point valid. Like, if the other drivers actually are fine, I'll put it in F1's Instagram post about it.
Running over the edge of that curve. And Zach's feeling the pressure a little bit.
Well, he certainly is. I think he's going to be feeling the pressure all the way through to the checkered flag in Abu Dhabi, where there might be a lift of that pressure, or it might be back to the drawing board once again. Valtteri Bottas, as I said, catching Alex Albon. Lando Norris very much catching Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah, I mean, this is a done deal, isn't it? Down the main straight, you would say, look at the exit he's able to get. Yuki's soft tyres are, they're not what they were, let's just say.
Here comes Lando Norris then, getting a slipstream, getting DRS, and getting 12th place. And as he does that, Valtteri Bottas goes wide in his bid to try and get past Alex Albon, which is going to frustrate him for a little bit longer, and he's going to have to try again against the Williams. And let's face it, Williams was quite like the point as well, although they're pretty much nailed on, aren't they, for 9th in the Constructors' Championship this year.
Yeah, I think it's for Bottas to get to the points, it's a much bigger deal. But it's not going to be easy. You know, Norris is only 2.8 seconds behind him with 5 laps to go.
And I'll tell you what, there's another battle that's getting a bit closer here as well. Carlos Sainz tucked up behind Pierre Gasly. Fernando Alonso is catching
I'll just put on
too.
everyone's Instagram post. If other drivers do it, give them a penalty as well.
Pretty close.
I mean, that's the only truth. If the other drivers do it the same as them, then give them the penalty too, instead of just giving one driver the penalty.
All sorts of battles that might flip around the places, including this one. Valtteri Bottas, who scored Sauber's last points here in Qatar, it was in October last year, is on the verge of a points finish. His teammate is in the points, and that is Carlos Sainz. And that is one of the reasons why Fernando Alonso is catching it so rapidly. Back on board with Valtteri Bottas. This was down at the turn 1. The opportunity.
I'm actually happy for Sauber getting points finally.
For one brief moment.
It was. He had to go for it there.
And he's ahead of it now, though. And Lando Norris is right behind
There's
him.
Pando
Bottas
Torres.
is into the points. Alex Albon down into 11th. Lando Norris could yet spoil the Sauber driver's day because he is absolutely racing towards the end here and trying to get back into the points after his stop-go penalty. A 10-second stop-go penalty. Alex Albon is past. Bottas to go and he's back into the points again.
Yeah, luckily for Sauber, Bottas is 13 seconds back from Joe. So still looking good for points, but maybe not the double points finish they were hoping for.
Yeah.
Lap 53 of 57, the championship, the Constructors' Championship, will go to Abu Dhabi as it stands currently. As Valtteri Bottas harvesting energy, getting more power into his batteries, the blinking red lights that you can see. He's trying to fend off Lando Norris. This might be a bit of a tough order for
He's looking like he should get dropped at the day.
Carlos Sainz down the main straight.
I might even put hashtag justice for Lando.
Into turn one we go.
That's just stupid, that penalty is.
Currently leading driver of the day. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So Guan Yu, take a bow. In Matt Sauber, he's drove absolutely brilliantly today.
No, he didn't. Alex Albon has got a 10-second time penalty for causing a collision. More penalties than they had in the World Cup final stadium back when Argentina beat France a few years ago.
That is actually a good fact, that is. And that can be true as well.
10th now for Norris, who's back up into the points after running second in this race for so long.
Yeah. Justice for Lando. Justice for Lando, that's all. That's all I'm going to say. Justice for Lando. I might even do a follow video saying hashtag justice for Lando Norris.
Kevin Magnussen, I think, has got a penalty to come as well. He's got a time penalty in this race, so that's the case. It might be another position.
And even if some people don't like Lando, they may still defend him on this, because this is just absurd from the FIA. They may say fun in F1 is absurd. Fun, obviously, is a different word for entertainment.
Thank you very much indeed.
As soon as Lando was going purple, they used to give him a penalty. I bet you, if Lando didn't have a penalty, he would have won this race.
You can see Carlos Sainz down.
That's all I'm going to say. If Lando didn't get a penalty, he could have won this Grand Prix.
Sainz wants to go down the inside.
Well, Sainz having a look at Gasly.
Thank you. But how much longer can Gasly fight this one?
Yeah. This was big points for Alpine.
Beautifully lined up for Pierre, though. He knew that he had to give him space at the apex and just carried that speed through the middle.
Lando goes quickest again.
3 strikes.
1, 3, 2, 4.
Gasly as well, so he's got to be very careful in this defence that he doesn't run wide, get a black and white flag, and then maybe a 5-second penalty as Lewis Hamilton's now on the tail of Liam Lawson down the main straight, trying not to finish last in this race, which is not going to happen as he does get past Lawson and up into 14th. Gap out in front, 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Max Verstappen, who won from pole last year,
he's going to do it again.
Complete back-to-back victories here in Qatar and help Red Bull in their fight with the Constructors' Championship. His teammate Sergio Perez out of the equation after losing drive just before the final safety car restart. Is that the moment that Lando Norris didn't lift? No.
That's what happened.
Norris went wide.
He is pushing hard.
Yeah, he's pushing he's pushing ridiculously hard.
Anyone,
To be fair, now he's nothing to lose.
Meanwhile, George Russell, who's running in 4th, has been noted by race control for a safety car infringement.
Oh.
Whether that's he got past someone before the safety car had gone away, or he went too quick. With the lights still on, I don't know, but it's just a safety car infringement. Hasn't been passed to the stewards at the moment. There's a lot to be decided, isn't there? And a few explanations coming our way, I'm sure. Oscar Piastri, meanwhile, gaining on Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, Piastri can still salvage something from McLaren today.
Last hurrah before the checkered flag. Albon pits for Williams.
That could be for retirement, but I don't think so.
Sainz is 0.8 of a second behind Gasly, as we can see on
Hamilton getting ahead.
He's going to be hoping to stay as close as he can to get that DRS and have another opportunity to turn 1. I've noticed that Gasly has been recharging a lot more in the first sector than the Ferrari is.
Because he's going to need that in defence when they go down the straight the next time around.
Final lap.
Final lap. Max Verstappen currently 37 seconds ahead of Lando Norris, who lost 36 seconds with that stop-go penalty. Oh, that could have been quite the duel if Lando.
Yeah, it could have been quite the finish to this Grand Prix.
Penalty. In second, Leclerc. Third, Piastri. Fourth, Russell. Fifth, Gasly.
Gasly's got it covered.
Down the main straight. The electrical energy, the Earth system doing its job for Pierre Gasly, stays ahead of Carlos Sainz, who had the slipstream and the DRS. Gasly had the extra boost for that. Out in front, Verstappen is making his way through turn 6. He has coped brilliantly. and did a superb job to dispatch George Russell right at the start.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, an exceptional performance. He's reading the race really well as well. You know, the mention of obviously the penalty for Lando. Did he lift? He gained on me in that sector. So he's read the race perfectly.
The awareness of Max Verstappen very much coming to the fore.
Yeah.
As we arrived at the racetrack today, we were discussing this, weren't we? That penalty, that one-place grid penalty that took pole away from him, what would that do for Max Verstappen? We all thought it would serve to inspire and to energise, and that is exactly what it has done. He had the motivation, he had the
brilliant job by the stupid FIA.
Acceleration. Max Verstappen from second on the grid, denied pole, but not denied victory. Verstappen wins the Qatar Grand Prix. What a performance from the
justified by FIA again, because if Lando didn't get a penalty, there's every chance he could have got ahead. But we never knew what would happen. Gasly gets brilliant fifth at Alpine.
Ferrari needed to outscore McLaren tonight. They have done that. They take the fight to Abu Dhabi in a week's time. Pierre Gasly, what a performance from him. Fifth place.
And Sauber finally get points.
Sixth in the $30 million battle for sixth of the constructors. Carlos Sainz finishes sixth on the track. Fernando Alonso, inspired tyre choice to be on the mediums at the end, ahead of Zhou Guan Yu.
Yeah.
Brilliant performance for him and for Sauber.
Yeah.
Their first points of the season. Well done. And I hope he hung on to driver of the day as well.
Yeah, I hope he did as well.
Lando Norris comes home for
I remember his last points finish in Formula 1 for now.
Yeah, what we thought was going to be
A good race, that. But it could have been even better if Lando didn't get the penalty. It would have been a much better Grand Prix. Because then we would have that fight for victory.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, well done, Zhou Guan Yu. You deserve that, mate.
Whoever voted for Zhou Guan Yu, well done.
Yeah, I would have voted for him if I did vote, but I didn't. But yeah, fair play, Zhou Guan Yu. You're a brilliant driver. You really should be in F1 still. Anyway, guys, I'll wrap it up here. Thanks all for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe if anyone is new. It's time for you to sign in. And hang on.
Karma is a wonderful thing. Definitely did not drive unnecessarily slowly today.
Simply lovely guys.
Yeah. To be fair, if Lando did get a penalty, we would have a tiny duel again between them two.
That was really fun.
But yeah, guys, again, I'll say it. Smash the like button, subscribe if anyone is new. It's time for you to be signed in. And turn the notification bell if you don't miss any future videos / streams coming up. And if I get the chance, I will do a follow-up video of this Grand Prix about the Lando penalty and everything.
That is quite an achievement. Well done.
Anyway, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. See you then, and I hope you all have a great day.
Is all Max wants to say for the moment.
Stupid penalty, though.
Gian Piero Lambiase matches race